Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Might not be morning where you are, but it is mid morning here. And I've been out in the garden this morning doing some cleanup in between all of the rain showers. I am not done, but the sun is beginning to really heat up, and I need to call it a day. So, what I'd like to do today is take you on a July tour since July is here, and before you know it, we're going to blink and it will be August. And then you all won't see what the spring and early summer garden looks like. There are a few things that have died back. I'm collecting seed, I'm letting some things go to seed. There are some things that need some deep watering. I'll be doing that later on today. I spent this morning filling up containers, creating a couple of new containers so that when I start sowing my seeds for the fall, I will have more containers. Oh, it's hot. I have been picking up, I had a bunch of wine bottles in the garden. I wanted to use them as a art focal piece, and I just threw them in the garden. I do have some spray painting to do of a few things, but that's not going to get done today. I've got to move a couple plants. That's not going to get done today. I've run out of steam. So, like I said, there are a few things that are looking a lot worse for the wear. It's been raining a lot. We've had a lot of rain, just constant rain, pause, rain, pause, rain, pause. And there are some things that have taken on too much water, and there's some things that look worse for the wear. But the garden is lush, the garden is full. So, this is what the garden looks like. This is real. This is not made for TV movie magic. And I don't have a perfect garden. And so, let's get into it. As you all have probably guessed, my gliding seat is where I like to sit. As you can see, in my view, this is beautiful. It is beginning to fill in nicely. It's not pretty all the time, but it's mine and I love it. So this is where the tour is going to start. As you all can see, there's a lot in the garden, and we're going to go through the garden and show you the good, bad, and the ugly. I've been cleaning containers this morning, so there's a lot of open spaces, and hopefully those open spaces will be getting filled with the fall plantings. So let's go. I don't know if it was due to the rain or what, but I had a lot of white fly on my collard greens. So my collard greens have taken a huge beating. Um, I've cleaned them up. I just sprayed them down with some BT and dead bug, and I just kind of draped the towel or the blanket or sheet over them, uh, and so they're gonna just hang out here for today, and I'll take the sheet off later tonight. I just don't want the elements, the sun, to beat down on it so bad since I sprayed it this morning with dead bug. I'm going to be collecting my seeds, as you all probably already know. I always collect my zinnia seeds as one plant goes over. I collect seeds, sow seeds directly, and continue on with the flower garden. The Russian sage has begun to really put on. I have two plants here. The largest is what I brought with me from North Texas. The smallest is down here. The butterfly pea on this side is doing miraculously. It is flowering. I've been collecting the flowers before they go over. I see one I'll collect when I'm done, actually two, when I'm done with today's tour. I need to get the vines pent up so it doesn't interfere with the windmill. The butterfly pea on this side is just now starting to climb. It's not as vigorous as the one on the other side, but I have two to three different varieties. I have the blue, I have the purple, and I have the white. And so some are coming back from the root. So I don't know what's coming back from the root. Could be the white on this side, but I also had some blue and some purple blue in the ground coming back from the root, and purple that I planted. So we'll see what actually blooms over here. I'm not sure. So this is my flowers. My clematis are taking a beating, but I did feed everything with a granular feed today. I will feed with a liquid feed later on. But my clematis is taking a beating, but it is alive. It's blooming. I'll have to continue to cut it back so that it continues to bloom. On the other side, it is not blooming at the moment, but it is still alive. I can show you over here. This is the clematis right in there. So it looks a little bit better than the one on the other side, but it is alive. So since we're over here, let's get into the orchard. The sun has gone down a bit, so I can stand over in the orchard area. The peach tree is looking a little bit rough due to all of the sun, but it is holding its own. I have air layered three of my trees. I don't know if you can tell, but there is an air layer down in there. So I've been doing a lot in the garden that I did not show you all. The pigeon pea, and I also put another pomegranate in here. The pigeon pea is losing leaves. It needs more water. Uh, the Barbados cherry is beginning to grow, but I put a seedling that was in the ground in the pot, and it ended up being a lady cream pea, and it is taking over. So I am draping it up on the wire back there. I sprayed it also with some dead bug because it has some issues. My apple tree is looking good. This is my tangy apple. Everything needs a liquid feed. I'll give that a liquid feed later. This is my pomegranate. This is Lazarus that came back from living in this pot last year, and it has put on a tremendous amount of growth. I would love to see it double in size before the winter. See it getting as tall as the methyl plum. Now that's what I would love to see. Now I also have I've got skinks in the garden. I don't know if you all can see them. They just crawl back behind the pot, but I don't know if you can see it. Hang on, let me see if I, nope, it's going too fast. It's behind the pot. Don't know if you all can see it back there, but that's a skink. Can you all see it right there? That's a skink. And they're crawling around in the garden. Let me show you you all again, maybe a little closer. There it is. That is a skink. I've got a lot of them in the garden. I think four. And so they're crawling around. So this is the methyl plum. It also has lady cream peas in it. As you all can see right here, I have lady cream peas coming out of the ground. I'll be digging those up and putting them in the containers in the orchard area as well. I don't want any of my food to go to waste, so that's another four baby seedlings that'll be going over here. So that'll be a lot of lady cream peas, hopefully giving food this year. The methyl plum, everything over here needs some deep watering, so I'll deep water later tonight. The castor bean is growing. It's not growing as tall as the one last year, but it's still early in the season, so maybe it'll start shooting up soon. This is the secondary baby Chicago Hardy fig that I air layered and put in this pot. I air layered it last year and put it in this pot in the spring. Let me step over the baby lady cream peas in the ground. It is actually giving fruit. I took some fruit off of it earlier today, and there's one that I need to wait on. It'll be ready maybe tomorrow, but it has fruit. And this is the air layer that I took from the mother plant last year. So you all, I can air layer. Here's proof positive that it does work. And also, these are new babies, new shoots. Everything that you see with the diatomaceous earth, all of this, all of that is new shoots. There's three new shoots on it. And so I put diatomaceous earth on it last night or night before last because I thought I saw mealy bugs. And so I'm trying to combat that. I don't want mealy bugs taking hold in my garden. This is my green apple, the Granny Smith. It needs watering. The sun has been beating it. And so I need to deep water it today. These are my two callaloo pots. Again, everything over here needs deep watering. This is my moringa, and this is all the growth that it has put on this year. That is the moringa. I've been harvesting, but I need to harvest more. It needs more water. It's losing leaves, so I'll be harvesting that up. I just put that container in the garden today. I have been pulling weeds from the back fence line. I've done it 2 or 3 times already, And as you can see, in between the rain and me pulling, there are more weeds. This pot is not empty, but it does have a baby lady cream pea that I pulled out and put in here. This is garlic chives, and that's all I have in here. This pot is going to be potted up with fall plants. This is my olive tree, and it has put on a tremendous amount of growth this year. It is much taller than it was when I uncovered it in the spring. Now, this is the mother Chicago hardy fig tree. It is not fruiting. Now, I believe it's not fruiting because I cut a lot of limbs out of it this year to, to open it up. As you can, I don't know if you all can see through my shadow, but I tried to open it up so that it was getting more air. And so it's not fruiting right now, and that's fine. If it doesn't, it needs to take a break. But I've also air layered that. And I don't know if I showed you, but I also air layered the methyl plum. Let's go back down here. I also air layered, oh, I don't want to step on any of my seedlings. I air layered the methyl plum. So I've been pretty busy. I didn't show you all me air layering, but I did air layer. Back of the garden, this ant mound just showed up, so I'll be tackling that today. I'm going to put down, if you all don't know, if you put down borax and sugar and make it like a little, make it liquidy and just disturb the mound and pour a little bit on it and then put a dish down there with that, that'll take care of that. And then you're not battling it too much with a whole bunch of other stuff. My turmeric down here, 3 out of the 4 came back from me planting it in the ground. I want to say last fall, not quite sure, but 3 out of the 4 have come back. So I'm happy to see that, and that is my turmeric. I just put this container in here. I am going to transplant a garlic chive. I actually have, let's go over in the orchard area. I have several garlic chives in here. So I'll be taking one from here. I'll probably take this front one out and put it over here, and then take one out of the back and put it over there. I'm trying to make sure that I've got plenty of food that's perennial, that stays in the garden. And under here, these are all but one of them don't have anything in it other than garlic chives. All of what you see right there are garlic chives. This is garlic chives, but this is also, oh, got a mosquito. Hold on, y'all. This is also, I think this is Ethiopian kale or what kind of kale is this, y'all? Yeah, Ethiopian kale. That's what that's supposed to be in there. So that's Ethiopian kale. And it looks like I've got one going to seed. So I'm going to be collecting seeds off of that and sowing it probably in the pot next to it once I get some garlic chives pulled out. But yes, garlic chives. I also have garlic chives in this container. I created this container not long ago. It's a newish container. Hold on, y'all. I can't do this with one hand. I had to move the tomato cage. It was leaning because of all the wind that's been going on. But that has garlic chives in it. And so other than that, that's all there is. I'll be moving one of those garlic chives to this container. I just filled this container up today, so that'll be ready for growing food. My asparagus is looking good. I'm going to be chopping it down so that I can see the new ones that are coming in. Don't know if you can tell, but I've got new asparagus that I've missed because I didn't see them. So I'll be chopping this, taking some of those, the little red balls you can see. I don't know if you can see that. These are seeds. I don't need any more, but I will be harvesting these anyway. Let's pull this. The rain and wind has been pushing everything back. So my posts were leaning back, and I want to make sure that my shade cloth is over the top of everything and shading out what needs to be shaded out, and air is getting in the back there. Sorry about that, you all. Those are leeks. I'll be putting probably an artichoke in that pot. I've got a bunch of seeds I want to sow for the fall. So, oh, sorry. I will be potting that up. My ginger is looking really good. It's growing tall. It's not getting a lot of sun. Ginger doesn't like a lot of sun, but it might need a little bit more. As well as everything needs to be watered. Let's see. I put that pot in. I don't know if you all can see. I put that in today. These are cabbages that overwintered, and they are looking a lot better because they were eaten down to nothing. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I can't do this with one hand. This pot back there has leeks, and I think I put some kind of herb in there. Not sure which one. This pot has a sugar beet that I'm trying to let go to seed, and I don't know what else I'm going to put in there, but there's room behind there. I'll be putting something in there behind that big pot right there. So let's get from up under the shade cloth. Kind of stuck. Oh my goodness. All right. So this is my elderberry. I used to have two different varieties in here. I don't know if one of them died off. Not sure, but it did not flower this year. So there's a possibility that one of the cultivars might have died off. I hope not, but the elderberry is big and lush and looking pretty. I put this pot in here. This has Swiss chard in it as well as common sorrel. I transplanted the common sorrel from a different container. This is the common sorrel. That Swiss chard is broken, so I'll feed that to my worms, or maybe I'll eat it. But this is the common sorrel right there. I hope you all can see. I do apologize. I have a hard time using my phone with my hand, holding it and videoing. Y'all know I'm not a professional. And this is my taro root, and it's growing quite nicely. It's putting on new babies. It's in a new pot as well. This is my longevity spinach. I've been cutting off of that. Something has been eating it. I've been finding poo. I'm not quite sure. I haven't seen the bug that's been eating on it, but it normally doesn't get eaten by anything. So that was a surprise. This is my malanga. Hope you all can see. The sun is in my face, so I can't see if you all can see. But this is malanga, and it's growing quite nicely. Now back there, those are cannas. That's just flowers. Let's see if I can get behind here. I don't know if I can or not. The this let's move the elderberry. That pot has ginger and leeks in it. I had to cover it up because I had a pest getting into it. I got rid of the pest, but I just kept it covered just in case there's something else crawling around. But that is the ginger and the leeks, as well as the elderberry. Wanted to say hello. Over here is another asparagus. It is also seeding. Don't know if you all can tell. Those are seeds right here. I'm going to take them off right now and plop them in the pot. Let's see, did I get it? Yep. I just take them off and throw them in the pot. And that way it reseeds itself and I have a continuation of asparagus. This asparagus will be able to be eaten on next year. It takes about 2 to 3 years before you can eat on your asparagus. Now in the back, all the way in the back, those are flowers. My Rose of Sharon is behind the asparagus. I still need to take out that right there. That's a hibiscus. It has grown a lot since you all last saw it. It's been about 2 weeks maybe. I need to take it out. Haven't done that yet. This is a raspberry that I bought from my gardener. He was having a sale because he's no longer going to be selling them. And one of them has, sorry y'all, I'm trying to move. One of them has woken up, which is this one. But this one over here, which the grape is attacking, hold on y'all. I still need to do something with this grape. I need to tie it up because it is attacking everything. Look, this is the grape pot over here, and it's just grown all the way back there, all the way up there. It's just grape everywhere. So I'm going to try to do it today. We'll see. I'm tired right now. But this is my raspberry pot, and this raspberry did not wake up. So I think they sold me a dead raspberry. This was supposed to be the and raspberry. It never woke up. It was a dry root, a bare root, and it did not wake up. So this one, the tag is in here somewhere. This one is the double gold, and it did wake up, as you all can see. Uh, and you saw the soil is moist, so there's no reason why it just didn't wake up. And it's been moist back here, as you probably can see the mosquitoes flying around. But the grape is doing well. Let's move over. I've been harvesting the comfrey today and clearing out the bottom and putting it in the compost. I don't like not being able to see what's going on my feet. This is a, let's see right there. Can you all see that? That little plant that's being covered by the comfrey? That's a currant bush. I need to move that comfrey. Let's see. It is a pink champagne currant. I got it from M.I. Gardner when he was having his sale. And so I'm going to leave the comfrey so that it gets a little shade. I don't want the sun to eat it up too bad. But I've been pulling back and utilizing my comfrey because it is a huge, huge mass of comfrey here, all the way back there, all the way up there. It's massive. This is my Mexican sunflower. It's huge as well. There's like 4 of them there. The grape has grown into it. These are grape leaves. Grape leaves. And all that up there, that is my shampoo ginger. And I don't see any flowers on it, but I keep it shaded because the sun is horrendous here and the sun will eat it up and kill it. And it overwintered right there where you see it in that huge pot. And back behind it is a Mexican sunflower as well. So that is the back fence area. The circular garden is a little bit worse for the wear. The tomatoes have really taken a beating. I put new soil in the new containers up here. The two over here, the two in the center, and the two in the front all have new soil. And what I've noticed is the plants in those containers have not really grown much. And if they have grown, they're not doing very well. So this is my tomato. The tomatoes are varying sizes, but they're all small. And so I'm really displeased about that. They are turning. I have harvested. I haven't shown you all that because, in my opinion, there really isn't much to show. They're small, and the plant is not putting on very many. It is dying back, but it's not growing well. And I do believe it's because of the new soil that I picked up. And what's growing all over it, that right there, is the Bini Gorima watermelon. But this is also a different watermelon tomato. It's also in that same soil. It's not doing well. It doesn't look good. But tomatoes don't grow well here in the hot heat of summer. It'll hopefully, if it survives, it'll perk up and fall and hopefully give me more tomatoes because it hasn't really given me very many. It is flowering still, but I don't believe it is putting on much. Like here's a tiny little fruit. I don't know if you all can see that. Tiny little fruit right there. But it's not, the fruit are very tiny. There isn't much to it, and it's just not really putting on much. But the watermelon over there is loving its life. I have not potted up these two pots right here. This has new soil in it as well. I also put some, what is that, y'all? That is garlic chives. Ooh, brain fart. I put garlic chives in there, but that soil doesn't seem to be that great. My Swiss chard is holding on. It's been so hot that it's been falling out. I've got turmeric in the center there. Oop, look at that, y'all. Can you see the skink? Can you see him? He just popped out. They're everywhere, y'all. They're just popping out everywhere. And those are some little ones. I saw some much larger ones earlier today. But they are loving their lives. I'm happy to see them because they are taking care of the bugs, and that I like. But also this tomato over here, that tomato hasn't given me but maybe one or two fruits, actually two, and it's not doing too great. But also it has that new soil that I purchased. But this is the watermelon, all up the trellis, all on the ground. It's even going over there by the chair, and it does have watermelon on it. Let me move through this, not step on anything, because the skink just went this way. Let's move the watermelon this way. Let's see if I can show you all. There we are. It does have watermelon. Can you all see that? I can't tell what you all can see because the sun is so bright. Let's try again if I can see that. Y'all, I can't see worth a darn. There we go. There is the one. That's one of them. There are many more on here. There's some over there. Let's go this way. See, the watermelon is spreading out all the way over here, and I'm trying to wrangle it and make sure it stays that way. There's one. Ooh, there's one big one right there. I don't know how I'm gonna get that one out. Lord have mercy. Can y'all see that? I didn't even know it was even in there. I don't know how I'm gonna get it out. Oh, there we go. I can do it that way. I can get it out like that. There we go. There we go. And there's one there. And I've got, hope y'all can see my shadow is in the way. There's one right there. And there were two up in here, but they might have shifted. Let's go this way. Let's not step on any of the watermelon. Oh. And I know I have one. So I showed you that one. Let's see. Oh, there's one right there in the pot. Can you all see? I can't tell what you all can see. Right there. Look, it just fell in the pot. There's one right there. There we go. I'm gonna put him back in the pot. So I do have watermelon on this trellis. And I thought there was one. Yeah, here's one. the one right there. I hope you all can see it. It's so bright out here. So that's the circular garden. It's producing, but it's not producing as well as I would have liked. Over here, I have my cucumber. I have bitter melon growing out of this pot. It's covered because the sun beats down on it all day long. And I don't know if you all can see, but the cucumber is not faring well because of, I think it's just too hot, and so it's dying. So I'm going to sow more cucumber seeds. I didn't get any cucumber this year, but I'm getting plenty of bitter melon and plenty of um, loofah. Can you all see that? And the loofahs, the leaves will start to turn when they need water and when they're hot. So they'll curl. And so I do have loofah in here hanging. I hope you all can see. I have one that died, which is odd. I have another one that's dying. I think it's having a problem with water, but this goes into the ground. But that means nothing because we have a tree at work that's turning brown, so it's not getting water, and it's a huge tree. But this is the bitter melon. It is putting on fruit. Hope you all can see. I've been harvesting that for my sister-in-law. I just took out the corn that I'm saving for seed, and I put an okra in here, one of my red burgundy okras. This is my sweet potato pot. It is spilling out onto the ground. I need to grab that and put it up towards the cattle panel. This is another okra. I just realized 2 days ago that it is actually putting on fruit. I harvested some off of this already. I didn't show you all, about 3 of them, but as you can see, it's putting on fruit. I'm happy to see it. I don't know how much I'm going to get. I moved the okra pot inside the cattle panel from outside the cattle panel, and there are 2 okra in here as well as some garlic chives. These pots in front need potting up. They have Dolores chives in them. My pepper pots did not do well. I've got some garlic chives, so I need to be potting up all of these pots here maybe later today. I do have some peppers. These pots have peppers in them, and they're doing well. As you can see, my bananas are doing well. That's one, and that's the other. And then these pots are not the best. I've got these 2 that should have had peppers in them that don't, but it has basil that has a pepper in it. This is the wrong pepper, but I ended up not moving it. I left it. This is a fish pepper because it's variegated. Can you all see that? And this is the fish pepper pot right here. And it did not grow pepper. It was a pepper in there and it died off. So I need to be potting up these pots real soon. This pepper is flowering, and so I need to make sure that I get as many peppers as I can on here. It's actually put on a lot of growth, and so I'm not sure which pepper this is. I don't see the tag down there. Let's take a look. This is a shishito pepper that's growing like that. And then this is a mixed carnival bell pepper that's growing. So I did spray some dead bug in here as well because there was mosquitoes in here, and I don't want the mosquitoes. I have some garlic chives. This is horseradish and burdock root, and it is going to seed. I'm excited to see that. I'll be harvesting these seeds. I've allowed it to go to seed because I want fresh seed so I can sow more of the burdock root. I need to harvest my potatoes. Those have died back, but it's been raining so much here, you all. I don't know if you all have seen the news for Texas. I live in South Texas, but we still have been getting rain. We did have flooding here. We did have people die here. And so the rain has been horrible even in my area. So I need to harvest those potatoes. I will take you all along. I said, when I do that, I said I should, but I will. I'll take you all along. These have died back as well, but I think these died because of the rain. I'm going to harvest that as well. And I'll be repotting these up with potatoes for the fall. This is my celery that I overwintered. It looks really raggedy, but it overwintered. So it's a survivor, honey. And survivors stay in this garden because if you can't survive, then you go bye-bye. This is my watermelon and loofah pot. I'll be potting all the empty spaces up here real soon. I'm hoping those watermelon grow and give me some fruit because I did sow some more seeds. That's a different variety than the Bini Korima. All right, everybody. I feel like I showed you all everything. It was a pretty quick walkabout. I didn't show you all the greenhouse. I sprayed dead bug in there as well. I had some mosquitoes, and I had a one pot that I saw what I thought was mealy bug, and so it decimated one of my herbs, and I sprayed that in there as well. So right now I am just going to pin up the butterfly pea and harvest the few that have gone over. And then I'm going to go in the house because it is hot. It's probably inching up towards noon. And then I'll come back later on tonight and I will liquid feed everything and deep water everything because many things need a deep watering. And so that's all I'm going to show you all today. If I missed anything, y'all, you have to excuse me. It is hot. And because of all of the rain has caused a lot of uh, damage to different plants and lots of bug activity and just, you know, you know what rain and wind does. It does what it does. And so, yeah, my cannas are looking really raggedy. I don't know what's going on there. I'm hoping that when the house was sprayed, I sprayed the house because I was seeing spiders and different things trying to get in the house, and we're not doing any of that. I'm hoping I didn't accidentally spray them, but some of the tops are looking pretty raggedy, and some of the leaves are looking pretty bleached out. So it could be the spray, it could be excessive water, it could be a number of different things. I'm not going to blame myself because cannas like water. So we'll see. The flower gardens, I didn't show you the memorial garden because it's been raining. I did cut the grass in between the rain, but the grass has grown up again, so I need to cut that grass. But it's wet over there, so I didn't want to walk over there. I've been working in the cut flower garden, and one of my hollyhocks have died back because there was just so much water. The both sides of my homes, when it rains heavily, take on a lot of water. The way they landscaped the houses, the water flows like a river down the side and out into the street. So a lot of water tends to be on that side. So a lot of things look a little worse for the wear. Um, but we'll see. It's not dead, but maybe next go round I'll show you. Oh, there's another skink. My goodness, they're everywhere today. It's just crawling around, going that way. Okay, well, I'm gonna go inside and get cleaned up and get some water and do a little resting. So I took the day off today so that I could take care of the garden. And I've done a lot this morning, putting in new containers, cutting things back, cleaning things up, and moving things around. And so soon I'll be starting my fall seeds. You all saw my some of my seed haul, and those will be going in the garden very soon. I'm going to do some direct sowing. I'm going to put some in some containers and put them in the greenhouse, and we're going to see what the garden looks like in fall because we got to grow. We've got to grow. All right, everybody. I'm tired, and you probably can tell. So I'm going to go inside, and I hope you all have a great day. And if you have not done so already, give this video a thumbs up, share the video, leave a comment, and if you have not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. You've been watching my videos and you keep watching them over and over and you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. You know you want to. You keep coming back. It's interesting, I know. There's always a lot going on over here. It's not perfect, but my gardening isn't. And it's perfect for me the way it is. So, all right, everybody, before I lose every last bit of steam I have left, let me go. Have a great day, everybody. Bye for now.